Wow, so it's already been a solid week since I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold6, and I definitely wanted to share some of my positive experiences as well as some of the negatives. So I have been using it for a week, and I have noticed some slight improvements when it's come to the overall weight. It definitely feels a lot more, one-handed. It feels like it doesn't weigh you down when you're using it with one hand for long periods of time. And so I definitely do also see an improvement when it's come to the crease on this device. So it's definitely a lot more flatter. The edges are squared off and more boxy, which allows it to actually give it a nice compact feel in the hand, which is definitely an improvement. With the screen wide open, you're still able to achieve peak level multitasking. And so I definitely think this is going to be the best multitasking experience when it comes to any foldable or any phone for that matter on the market. The Z Fold6 flaunts a gorgeous 6.3 Super AMOLED panel, which on the outside is going to give you 20:9 aspect ratio. And in comparison to the last year's model on the Z Fold 5, this one definitely gets a whole lot more bright compared to the 1750 nits all the way up to the 2700 nits peak brightness. So you're definitely going to enjoy the display a lot more. You're also going to get Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on there as well. It's going to also have support for your S Pen, 407 pixels per inch when it comes to the screen density. And so you're going to enjoy this device, especially when it comes to listening to the speakers, which are going to give you that Dolby Atmos surround sound as well as AKG audio. And it's going to give you 384 kilohertz with 32-bit sound. So it's definitely going to be a sharp sound quality on here. When you open it up and you go into the inner display, you're going to get also that dynamic AMOLED panel as well with the full HD 2160 times 18156. It's going to give you aspect ratio of 5:4 with HDR10 always on display on both outside and inner. And so it's going to give you the 120 hertz refresh rate, which is going to definitely look smooth. Also, multitasking and everything that you need to do when it comes on both screens just basically gets handled very quickly when it comes to the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, which is going to provide you a smooth and effortless performance. And one of the things you might have noticed when it comes to the last three generations of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold series is that the battery cell on here is still going to be 4,000 milliamp per hour battery. So it's going to give you a pretty good charging speed as well as a battery that's going to last throughout the entire day. But just keep in mind that with this battery, there's not going to be any improvements when it comes to comparing it to the last year's 4,400 milliamp per hour battery, which is going to give you, also wireless charging on here. You're going to get 25 watts fast charge and 15 watts wireless. And so when you do reverse charge on here to, kind of charge up, other devices, you're going to get 4.5 watts. Another thing to keep in mind here is that this phone is very expensive, running at $2,000. And so it's definitely going to be a big investment if you were actually looking to invest in a smartphone. So I definitely think this is going to give you a run for your money when it comes to what you're going to be paying, because even though you're going to be paying that $2,000, this device is promised to get 7 OS updates as well as security patches as well monthly. So you're definitely going to be enjoying a really good experience overall. So if you're a user looking to pick up the Z Fold 6, it's going to provide multifaceted functionality. As far as gaming, you're also going to be able to use this thing in desktop mode, which is the Samsung Galaxy Dex feature, which is going to basically give you productivity and allow you to get some work done or, get some, fun time on this thing with social media and different streaming networks and platforms. So you're going to be able to really get the most out of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 when it comes to the price, because it offers so many features that you can use within the software and also this overall package. And in case you were wondering, the colors that you can get this year for the Z Fold 6 are the black, the white, the blue, silver, and pink. And I'm actually using the silver color right now. So I definitely think it's an overall really nice color. It looks very good. It has a nice matte finish to it, which is very lightweight overall when you hold the phone in one hand. So I definitely can say this has been a solid experience. And I definitely think as far as the cameras, it's going to be pretty cool because it gives you the ability to use the cover screen as your portrait camera. So you could take selfies with the rear facing camera on here as the main camera for both selfies and for rear photography. And so that's going to be pretty solid because you're going to be getting the highest quality possible when it comes to taking pictures and videos of yourself on the front camera. So you could definitely take advantage of that. It also does give you the ability to record in 8K 30 frames per second, as well as 4K 60 frames per second on front and rear. You also do get a 10 megapixel on the outside and a 4 megapixel on the inside, which is still going to be that similar camera that we've experienced over the last 3 generations. Another thing is that they're going to give you pretty much the same cameras on the rear. And what I noticed is that there's going to be an improvement in the ISP, which is the image signal processing, as well as the ultra wide camera, giving you better lighting in darker conditions compared to the past couple Samsung models. So this one's definitely going to be improved when it comes to low light photography. So it's going to give you better image processing as well as rendering. And because of the improved chipset on here, you're going to get better software when it comes to the efficiency. And then when it comes to daily use on this device, most of the time I do use the outer display just because it's very convenient and easy to rely on. I do like taking video on here, and this video was captured in 4K 60 frames per second. And I did have full brightness on and everything like that. So is giving you an example of what the camera is going to look like in an outdoor environment when you're walking. So everything's going to be pretty much very crystal clear when it comes to the video. You do have some pretty good zoom capabilities. It's not going to be the best camera in this lineup when it comes to Samsung, but it does offer that 10 megapixel on the front, and it's going to give you a 10 megapixel telephoto lens as well as a 12 megapixel wide angle camera. And so you're also going to get the 50 megapixel regular camera on here, which is the standard, which is going to give you some pretty good results when you're out and about and you're just trying to rely on a good camera to capture everything that you're looking at, and it's going to definitely be able to achieve that. So I definitely think this is going to be good. One of the negatives that I did notice about this device was that it did have a good rock on the table. So when you put it flat down, the cameras were very uneven, and so it will give you an uneven shake when you're using it on a table. But that display on the inner panel was good, and you also do get multitasking with one hand operation as well, so you can really take advantage of it when you're using it on a day-to-day basis. So I was just very much pleased with how bright it did get outdoors. And even with the multitasking on the front cover, it was a bit wider with the 6.3 inch display, which made it definitely more usable and making me want to use it a little bit more than the previous generation with the symmetrical edges on each side, which is another good thing. Now, there was one thing that did happen to me the last few days on the 3rd of August, which was 2 lines appeared across my screen, a pink one and a green one. And I still haven't been able to figure out how to remove that. So I'm going to actually, go to the nearest repair store. After I did contact Samsung, they said that it would be fixed. But let me know if you encountered a similar issue. Anyway, this is it for the Z Fold6 for right now. Make sure you stay locked in for more videos just like this. If you're still here, just type I'm still here so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people and help beat the YouTube algorithm. I'll hit you back. I'll check you guys later. Peace.